Welcome friends. Today's video we are going to talk about capacitors. According to last video, we talked about resistance, how to calculate resistance, resistance color codes, and how to calculate resistance using resistance color bands. So that video is still on YouTube. You just visit Tege Vicent YouTube channel, subscribe, you like, you comment, you share, you even click on the bell for more videos. Now today's video we're going to talk about capacitors and capacitance. Now this is what we call a capacitor. These are capacitors. This one's also a capacitor. I hope you can see when this one is a capacitor. This one is a capacitor. These are capacitors. This is what we call capacitors, and also this one capacitors. They are in many types according to their uses. Now we shall calculate capacitance. How to calculate capacitance in parallel, how to calculate capacitance in series. Now this one is an electrolytic capacitor. These ones, they are electrolytic. This one is a metallic capacitor. This one is a ceramic capacitor. I hope you always see them in these electronic circuits. Now, to calculate for capacitance, before we calculate for the capacitance, we have to know factors that affect capacitance. The first one is area of overlap. Second is the electric material. Another factor that affects capacitance of a capacitor is the distance between the capacitor plates. Now, the formula for calculating capacitance is C equaling to charge over voltage. Right? Now, we shall learn how to calculate capacitance using C equals to charge over voltage. C is capacitance. Now, before we proceed, what's the uses of a capacitor? Now, capacitors, they are used in power factor correction. You can use a capacitor in power factor correction or improvement. Capacitors are also used to start in starter motors. They are used in radios, like I have one here, but I don't know where I'll put it. I have that capacitor, which that tuner used to vary frequency. So say capacitor. They are used in phase shifting. Yes, those are some of the uses of the capacitor. Now we are going to calculate capacitors. Capacitance calculation. Now, what happens when these capacitors, these ones, are connected in parallel? What happens? Now we are having capacitors. These capacitors connected in parallel. Now, when capacitors we are having, let's first calculate two capacitors. This is the symbol for capacitor. When we have two capacitors connected in parallel, this is the parallel connection of capacitors. It is at a certain potential. Here is our battery V. Right? Now, after giving it a voltage, we have to know this. Let us name it C1, then this one is C2, capacitor 1, capacitor 2. Now, we know very well that what moves in this circuit is charge. So, if we are having our charge moving through the circuit, this charge will reach this point. One charge goes this side, and another charge goes the downer part of this circuit. Then, after reaching here, again it becomes one charge. That is what is moving in capacitance, in those capacitors. It is charge. Now, we know that charge, according to this formula, C equals to charge over voltage. So we know that charge is CV. But when you consider this, the charge flowing through capacitor 1, we shall say charge flowing through capacitor 1 is equal to capacitor 1 times the voltage, which is the same voltage which is moving through the capacitors, those two capacitors. We shall call this one equation 1. Now, if we consider the secondary charge that flows in the secondary capacitor, shall say charge equals to capacitor 2 times the voltage, because it's the same voltage that flows in the circuit. Call it equation 2. Now, our total charge will be charge 1 plus charge 2. Now, here we say charge 1 is C1 V plus C2 V. That's our total charge. But we know that this total charge is equal to CV. So CV is the same thing as charge 1, which is C1 V plus C2 V. Now, CV equals, now we pull out the common feature here is V, we remain with C1 plus C2. So when we divide by V, these two V cancels, we remain with C as C1 plus C2. Now, when two capacitors are connected in parallel, their total capacitance is the sum of the capacitors. This is our first formula. Now, when we have two capacitors connected in series, capacitors connected in series. having two capacitors. This is, I told you the symbol of capacitor is this one. They are connected in series. They are at a certain potential. At first we knew that, okay, this is our C1, this is our C2, this is our voltage. We know that what is moving in this circuit is charge. But this time, in these capacitors in series, we know that the same charge that is moving through this capacitor, because this charge Q will pass through this capacitor, again it remains Q, and then it passes through the second capacitor, it goes and remains the same charge. But now we know that the voltage is different in capacitors connected in series. So yeah, we are going to have different voltage in capacitor 1 and capacitor 2. Let's call it V1, V2, right? Now, we know very well that charge, the same thing as the capacitance times the voltage. Now, if you are to get capacitance, we shall say charge shall make capacitance the subject. Now we get charge over voltage. We've seen that different charge is moving through different capacitors. So if you are to consider the first capacitor C1, we shall say charge is the same charge that flows in the circuit, but different voltage V1. You can call this one equation 1. Now, when we consider capacitor 2 or C2, we shall see that the same charge is moving through the capacitor divided by the voltage, because the voltage here is not the same as in parallel. This in the series voltage, this one could have a different voltage, and this one also. Now our total capacitance C, we shall say that C is C1 plus C2. Now our total voltage V shall be V1 plus V2. So here when we make V1 the subject, we shall say V1 equals to this one over 1. So we cross multiply. So this one and this one. So we say that our V1 C1 is the same thing as charge. So our V1 is charge over capacitance, right? Now we know very well that capacitance is 1. The same thing as V2 will be charge over capacitance 2. So our total voltage V total becomes V1 plus V2. Our V1 is charge over capacitor 1 plus charge over capacitor 2. But our V total is the same thing as charge over capacitance total. Now charge over capacitance total is our V total, equaling to charge over capacitor 1 plus charge over capacitor 2. Now what is common in this equation is charge. So when we say charge over capacitor total is equal to, we pull out charge, we remain with 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2 capacitor 2. Now when collect like terms, charge goes off with charge, so we remain with 1 over capacitor total equaling to 1 over capacitor 1 plus 1 over capacitor 2. Now after knowing that, we can make capacitance total the subject. So C total is the same thing as, when we get the LCM, we shall say it is 1 over total, it is C1, C2 is ILCM. When we divide by, here get it C2. LCM divided by the equation, get C1. Now when we cross multiply, we shall see that C total into brackets C2 plus C1 is equal to C1, C2. Now when we divide by C2 plus C1 over C2 plus C1, now our answer becomes C total equaling to C1, C2 over C1 plus C2. Reverse the same. Even if we say C1 plus C2 or C2 plus C1, that's same. So this is our effective capacitor, total capacitance. It is product over there, sir. In capacitors connected in series. I hope you got something. Thanks for watching, and may take a visit YouTube channel and subscribe, comment, view, watch, share. Thanks for watching.